Okay, so Thanksgiving is coming up fast. Here's something that can make it the very best Thanksgiving yet. Before we dive into this, let me go ahead and go on the record and say that I personally have a very chill family. We're going to talk about families that are not very chill, but I want to go ahead and state that this is not my experience. When it comes to getting together, we always enjoy it. On Thanksgiving, we eat some really great food, watch football, and just, enjoy time together. Thanksgiving is actually my favorite holiday. What's your favorite holiday? Let me know in the comments below, and bonus points if you can tell me why. Over the years, I've heard some horror stories of families that always seem to fight every single time they get together. Tempers always flare and hurtful words are always spoken. If this is your experience, let me go ahead and tell you that this is not normal and things do not have to be this way. You can get together with your family and enjoy a good, peaceful time together. And that's what I want to talk about today. If you know me, you know that I love the book of Proverbs. I'm always seeking wisdom. Walking in wisdom just seems to make life easier. And so that's why it's my goal to read a chapter of Proverbs every single day of my life by reading the chapter number that corresponds to the day of the month. On the day that this video releases, I will have read Proverbs 17 because it will be November 17th. Why do I repeat the reading of the entire book of Proverbs, a book with 31 chapters, 12 times a year? Because I need the wisdom, and God always seems to be showing me something different and relevant every time I read it. So on Sunday, November 15th, I was reading Proverbs 15, and two verses stuck out to me, verse 1 and verse 18. They read this way: "A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. And a hot-tempered person starts fights, a cool-tempered person stops them." If you can attest to this from your own life experience, go ahead and give this video a like. You know it's true. As parents of kids can tell you, it's not always the words that are said that gets kids in trouble, but how kids say it that land them in hot water. There's a big difference between, "No, I don't think I want to do that," and "No, I don't want to do that." Technically, they said the same words, but they communicated two very different things. It's one thing when a bratty kid says something like this, but what about when it's us, mature adults? It's not a controversial statement to say that there are a ton of controversial things that you could bring up and talk about for Thanksgiving dinner this year. From coronavirus restrictions to the election and everything in between, tempers are running hot and fuses are short. So, how can we keep things cool this Thanksgiving? Here are three things. First, don't bring up things that will cause tension. Now, admittedly, I'm not a guy who enjoys conflict, so this one is a no-brainer for me. I know that some of you love conflict, you love confrontation, rocking the boat is your thing. So what I'm about to say may seem controversial. There is a time and a place for a good debate, but it's probably not as you're passing the potatoes at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is meant to be a time of reflection and, giving thanks. Your family already knows where you stand on these things, and you probably know where they stand. So is fighting one more time over the same old thing really going to change your mind or theirs? How about we let our families be a refuge from conflict this holiday season? I really think you'll be glad if you do that. Now, the first thing we talked about was about you not bringing tension to the table. But the second and third thing are about what to do if other people try to goad you into fighting. Here's the second thing. Don't let people know where your goat is tied. Now, I'm not sure if this is a common saying or just one of my dad's unique pearls of wisdom, but this is what he always told me. If you don't want people to get your goat, don't let them know where it's tied. In other words, if you don't want people to make you mad, don't let them know what makes you mad. Do you know why some people get picked on and why others don't? Their reaction is what makes it fun. Now you might think, well, that's not right, and you're right, but that doesn't make it not true. This Thanksgiving, if you think a family member is trying to goad you into an argument, don't take the bait. It really is that easy. If it takes two to tango, don't dance. One really great way to do this is by using self-deprecating humor or telling a joke where you're the butt of your own joke. Here's a really simple example, but you'll get where I'm going. Let's say that you're being mocked at the table for being the only person that doesn't like green bean casserole. I know, silly example, but follow me here. Instead of getting mad and instead of starting a food fight, What if you said something like this? I know, I really wish I was like all of you with fully functional taste buds. I wish I could get my taste buds to like this stuff. It looks great. Man, but I'll tell you what they do like. They do like these mashed potatoes. Who made those again? That's taking the heat off yourself, you not getting offended, and at the end, there was a nice little redirect to the mashed potatoes and who made them. Look, it's no fun to pick on someone who doesn't get defensive. Try it. It works. Last thing, here's what you do if none of the above works and you have to say something. Speak gently. Let's revisit our proverbs. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. And a hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. Just as a fire needs oxygen to burn, so an argument needs tension to rage on. If you remove tension from the situation, the argument will naturally cool down. Let me be upfront with you. These proverbs are terrible advice if your goal is to be right and for everyone else to cower before your rightness.
I said... Is not this simpler?
If you want to win the fight, then you need to speak harshly. You need to lose your temper. No one wants to fight a lunatic, so by default, you will win. But if you define winning as have a great Thanksgiving or live at peace with your family, lame stuff like that, then you want to speak gently and have a cool temper. Why? Because it's not what you say, but how you say it. A calming spirit and an even tone go a really long way. And while we're here, let me define gentle for you. Gentle does not mean weak. Weak people cannot be gentle. Think about it. You don't have to tell a nice, soft, fluffy pillow to be gentle with a newborn baby. It poses no threat. Who do we tell to be gentle? People who actually have the capacity to do them harm. We're asking them to control their strength. If I'm going to wrestle my 2-year-old, there is no need for him to be gentle. He simply does not have the capacity to harm me. But if I'm going to wrestle a championship fighter, please be very, very, very gentle. They have the capacity to harm me greatly. So when you're being gentle, you're not being weak. You're actually being strong by controlling your strength. A gentle answer deflects anger. Be the stronger, more in control person. Hey, I hope these 3 tips help you this Thanksgiving. And if you have a great tip that you think needs to be added to this list, please let me know in the comments below. If you got something from this video, would you please consider sharing it? And be sure to subscribe so that you can catch the next one when it drops on Thursday. Before you go, here are 2 really great videos that you should check out. See you next time. Grace and peace.